Time now for a look through your international headlines. For that, we turn to our Eunice Kim standing by at the NewsCenter.
Eunice, we've seen tensions in Ukraine ratcheting up to new levels, but there are plans to get the major players in the crisis to talk.
That's right, Jinjoo. Most recently, of course, Washington accusing Moscow of stoking the separatist unrest in eastern Ukraine. He'll have plenty to talk about when the top diplomats from four entities gather next week. Here's Kwon Soa with the latest on the worsening crisis.
With no immediate end to the Ukraine crisis in sight, senior officials from the EU, the US, Russia and Ukraine will try to find common ground in four-way talks next week, likely in Europe. It will represent the first such meeting since the crisis began. The talks were suggested by U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry as he accused Russian forces of stirring up separatist turmoil in the eastern part of Ukraine. He told Moscow to back down or face tougher new sanctions that would target Russia's banking, energy, mining and arms sectors. NATO Secretary General Anders Fogh Rasmussen warned Russia too, saying a further intervention in Ukraine would be a, quote, historic mistake and that it would lead to a further international isolation for Russia. The crisis worsened over the weekend when pro-Russian activists seized regional government buildings in three eastern Ukrainian cities. On Tuesday, Ukraine's Interior Ministry said it had detained some 70 people during an anti-terrorist operation in Kharkiv, but that protesters are still in control of a state security building in Luhansk. He says they are armed and holding around 60 people hostage. Protesters occupying a government building in Donetsk have declared a People's Republic of Donetsk and are planning a referendum to join the Russian Republic by May 11th. It's a potential powder keg as the polarization of pro-Russians and pro-Ukrainians in the three cities is greater than it was in Crimea, which Russia annexed a month ago. Kwon Soa, Arirang News.